Yo!
Welcome back. We're back from vacation. It's your boys. Yeah, we took a week off, Chris.
Don't call it vacation.
Hey.
Nobody went on vacation.
Yo, and listen, no checks with cash. You stood home. It's vacation.
All right, whatever. Let me get that yellow pass. I got assistance today, so today I'm like,
wow,
Janice, let me get this yellow pass.
There's a high production going on over there, right?
High production.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lou, joined by my very good friend Chris.
Yes, sir.
And we are Breeze Shooters Podcast. We bring you the news, sports, poker, and everything in between.
We love the tweeters. We have been offline because it doesn't.
I know
it didn't flow.
Hey, listen, we got to step it up today, Chris. Today we got a good one, brother. I know I say that all the time, but it gets better and better each time, man. But today's special guest is G Money. He's a radio personality in the St. Martin's area. He's on The Laser, which is 101.1 FM radio station. On his radio show, he has interviewed many celebrities like who, Chris? Black Eyed Peas, Neo, Johnny Cochran, Shaggy, Sean Paul, Damian Marley, Akon, Fat Joe, Wyclef, Fabulous, and wait, comedian Bill Bellamy, which is a good friend of his, man. This guy, G Money, has been voted Radio Host of the Year for 2004, 2007, and in 2019. G Money has been an MC on the island of St. Martin since 1998. He hosts the Heineken Green Synergy DJ Competition Finals concert and events in St. Martin as well as throughout the Caribbean. G also hosts the inaugural Romantic Rhythms Music Festival in Antigua. G has appeared on Showtime's Family Business Show, Season 4, The Pan Man, Rhythms of the Palms movie, and Tempo TV. That's G Money's resume, and we're really excited to have him on. It should be a good one. And with that being said, Chris, how you looking on your end? Because I think G Money just entered the waiting room.
I'm good. I just if I don't do it now, I'll do it later. I got a few things I want to get off my chest. But guys, send them in. Let's do this.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me let us set us up here, right? All right, Banner, we're gonna go back to this, and we're gonna bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. G Money.
Yeah.
Welcome, G Money. How you doing, sir?
What's good, fellas? What's happening? What's popping?
Oh, not much, man. Hey, man, listen. First of all, thank you for giving us the time. Really appreciate it. It's crazy. I was doing a Google search, and I happened to come across your name. And it was like a rabbit hole. I just went in, and the more I went in, the more intrigued I was. I was like, man, dude, you have the job that I think is the job of all jobs, man. In the beautiful island of St. Martin, working on the radio station. It doesn't get any better than that. And, kudos, man.
Thanks. You didn't come across my police record when you was Googling, did you?
No, I didn't go that deep. I stopped. I said, I don't want to go past the 90s. I said,
you'll find out if they start knocking on your door and calling you.
You did look like one of the original members of Wu-Tang. So I said, hey, let me not go that deep, man. You know what? So you are from Staten Island, right?
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, I guess let's start with what's your favorite Wu-Tang song?
Oh, you can go with Cream. No, we can go with Triumph.
Nice.
When that beat comes on, I just lose my mind.
Nice.
And then we can go Protect Your Neck, where it all started.
Wow. Listen, man, 2 classics. And Cream is good too. I like Cream.
Cream is good too.
Do you happen to catch
on the crime side, the New York Times side?
Exactly. Do you happen to catch verses with Ray and Ghostface?
I caught pieces of it. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I saw the highlights. I caught a piece of it. But it was good.
Nice. So I guess let's give our listeners a little background on you. So tell us, how do you get started in the radio business? I know you're originally from Staten Island. You went to Morristown College, But what happened after that? You know, how did that
Well,
happen to you?
it all happened by accident, actually, to tell you the truth. My parents, my mother is from St. Martin. I was born and raised in Staten Island. So when summer came around to, summer vacation, I always went to St. Martin. Me and my brother and my sister, that's where we went. We did like a little bit of St. Martin. We did Aruba because that's where my father's from. While
Wow.
most of the kids where I grew up, they went down south, so Virginia, North Carolina. But I was shipped off to the Caribbean. So, but it was good. It was good. Most people back in the days didn't know where St. Martin was. Like, St. Martin, where's that? Is that anywhere near Jamaica? Like, nobody knew where it was. Now everybody knows where St. Martin is. So basically, eventually, I moved down here in 1998. Got married, no longer married, but that's for another podcast time.
I hear you. I hear you.
Basically, I had a friend that worked at the radio station, and he was doing the afternoon shift, and he was like, we need somebody from 10 to 2. We don't have nobody. He's like, why don't you come on in and meet the program director, do a voiceover or whatever. I was like, all right. And like I said, I wasn't even looking to get into radio. I was looking to do a hotel, or I used to cut hair, maybe open up a barber shop or work in a restaurant or something. But radio was the farthest thing from my mind. But like I tell everybody, I grew up on radio. So I grew up listening to radio, Mr. Magic, Red Alert, The Awesome 2, Ed Lover, Dr. Dre, Mrs. Jones. So I really grew up listening to radio my whole life. And I love radio. So basically, when I got into it, I knew what to do. And everybody was like, but you good at this. You've done this before? I was like, no, just growing up listening to radio. I know when to go to break, when not to go to break, So it basically just flowed. And 2021, I'm still here. We got 5 radio stations in St. Martin. I'm on Laser 101. I'm the PD. I'm the MD, the OD, the ODB. I'm everything. So
Wow.
I can't complain.
That is really amazing how, but you know what? Sometimes life is funny like that. It just naturally brings you to where you're supposed to be. But when you got there, do you feel like, all right, that's it, I hit my final destination, this is what I want to do in life? Or you were still up in the air?
It was still up in the air because, like, when I moved down here in '98, I was like, okay, I need a job, I need to work, and it was it was rough for me in the beginning. I wasn't, I was doing a little odd end, doing a little timeshare stuff, which I didn't like, and I was like, all right. So when the opportunity came, I was like, okay, I like this, and then I kind of flowed into it. Most people was like, okay, they really wasn't used to my voice because I had the American voice, the New York voice, which I still can't hear. I have a New York voice, but anyway, so it flowed and. Like I said, the rest became history. And then I would say maybe 2-3 years, I was like, okay, I can make a niche out of this. I'm doing my thing. I'm getting the interviews. I'm doing this. People are loving the show, and I had my routine and everything. And yeah, basically, I was like, okay. And then came a point in time, though. Actually, it's like I found my niche, and I was like, maybe I should go back to New York and do the big boys. I was like, okay, I want to do the big boys. And I kind of had that in me for a minute to do the big boys. But then after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm a big fish in a small pond right here. So I kind of like this, I'm doing me. So all my friends and family would come down to like St. Martin and like, yo, G Money's the man down there. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Wow.
I found my niche. I'm good.
Listen, man, that's an amazing story, how you just stumbled upon this and you turned it into something gold. But being that your roots are from St. Martin, did the folks receive you right away? I know you said there was like the little New York accent, but was it like a little friction in the beginning? Like, we're not messing with this guy, he's not local.
I wouldn't say friction, but it's like if you're familiar with the Caribbean, they're set in their ways. Some Caribbean people don't really like change, and if they do change, it's going to take them some while to get used to the change. So basically, it was more that the accent, but I knew I had an advantage over other radio personalities. And what I mean by that, case in point, like say there's an artist coming down from the States, they would automatically gravitate towards me first before they would gravitate towards the local, because they hear where you from? Oh, okay. And like, plus, I know the history. I'm a hip hop head. I'm an R&B head. I know the history of music. So they would instantly gravitate towards me. So I had that advantage. And then, of course, I would do things on my show that nobody was doing. I mean, like little simple things. Maybe today people might say like, oh, I would do like sports. I would do 411 gossip and stuff like that other people weren't doing. So now people are gravitating to, hey, this dude is different. This dude is not doing stuff that everybody else is doing. And then as I realized throughout the years, I see other radio programs and stations are now starting to do what I'm doing. I wasn't mad, but I understand like, okay, they're listening now. They're catching what I'm doing and they're following, which would keep me on point because now I got to be new, different. I got to change it up every now and then. So yeah, it didn't really wasn't hurtful or really wasn't. It just took a while for them to get used to my voice. I think that was the main thing with this, you know, as they say, yanking. I was yanking because I had the Yankee accent. He's yanking.
It's funny that you said timeshare. I've been to St. Martin 2 times, the most beautiful island ever. So first time I went with my wife, we're driving, we rent the car, and the folks that are not familiar with St. Martin, you could rent the car, is super safe, and you could do the whole island probably like in half hour, 40 minutes.
Can't get lost.
So we pull over by the marina. I think there's a marina spot over there. So a couple of restaurants. So we pull over and I'm walking across the street. This guy blitzed me with a freaking moped. He jumps off and it's a timeshare guy. He goes, hey man, you know what? We got vouchers and this, that, and the third. Yeah, the hustle was so real. I said, you know what, man, go ahead, man. I'll sit in on one of these things because I never been approached like that. He just like came down the block on his scooter, jumped off, and just started talking to me. I was like, wow, I was impressed. I said, all right, let me go. We didn't buy anything, but it was different.
Yo,
I never did it like that before.
It used to be a problem. I don't know what year you came with the wife, but it used to be like a problem at one point because they would really like go after you. Like you're walking down Front Street shopping and they'll just like, sir. I'd be like, yo, I live here.
It's a hustle, man. The other thing I want to ask you about St. Martin, what's going on with the airport? Every time I go there, I see folks hanging off the fence as the planes take off.
Okay,
Yo, that's insane. Anybody die off that?
We are known for that. We are world famous for that because there's a beach bar right at the end of the runway. It's called Sunset Beach Bar. You can Google it and see it. And people line up every day to grab onto the fence and get blasted by the jets. They have signs up there saying like, listen, warning, don't do it. Don't do it. Everybody does it. It's an experience. I mean, to be so up front and close to a 747, 737, you're standing right behind it, waiting for it to take off, and you're getting blasted by sand and debris and gravel, and it's an experience. I mean, I gotta say, at least I did it once myself, but it's painful.
Oh, and it's right next to the bar, which is it's hysterical.
Which is great.
Yeah. My partner here, Chris, he has a lot of questions, so I'm going to give him a minute to jump in, Chris.
I thought he was like on mute or something.
I know.
You had him on timeout.
I'm going on and out because I got it. But no.
I'm messing with you, Chris. I'm messing with you.
I know.
No, Chris tries to.
I've been to St. Martin too, and I've been there once. Actually, before the pandemic hit. I went on a cruise, and a cruise only gives you like 6-7 hours, and I went to that bar next to the I didn't do the fence thing because that's shit that white people do. But it's an amazing experience. It was so good that me and my girl, she wants to go back, but she wants to stay in a nice place for at least a week. Yeah, so that's what we at now.
Well, they're opening up a new hotel at the end of this month. It's called the Morgan, so you guys can check it out. Google it, and it's right next to Sunset. They have another spot called Sandbar, so it's right next to the runway. But it's called the Morgan. It's going to be like this boutique. Yeah, It's going to be like this boutique, top of the line hotel. And it was just actually there. I had it in the newspaper. Look at it. They have it in the Yeah, that they were talking about it. If you can see that right there's a picture of it.
Nice.
Yes, that's the Morgan, and that's going to be opening up soon. So it's going to be nice. It's something nice for the island. So if you want to bring wifey there and impress her, there you go.
All right. So thank you for that one.
G, is that the Dutch or French side?
That's right next to the airport, right on the Dutch side, right next to the runway.
Yeah,
So you can
that's
see
where
the
it's
planes
at, right?
take off and everything.
That the side where the nude resorts are, not the the nude beaches. Is it the Dutch or the French side? I forget.
New beaches on the French side.
Okay, got you. Got you. You could tell where my mind was when I was over there.
That's all good, bro.
We walked out to the beach. It was like, what? I felt out of place. I was like, we're wearing clothes. And everybody
You're a man, bro. It's all good.
Yeah.
So old.
Exactly, man. So tell me, what's the best part of working in the Caribbean, man? Besides the weather, what do you enjoy the most?
It's got pluses and minuses, but of course the weather. It's like every week someone texts you, and like I feel like I'm an ambassador to the island. Like every week somebody texts you, like, "Yo, my boy Chris is coming down. Can you do me a favor? Let him know what's popping. Let him know where to go, where to eat." I'm like, "No problem." And I get texts like that every week. Sometimes people I don't even know. Oh, my coworker's coming. My sister's baby's mama, aunts, uncles coming, and you show them around. You tell them where to go, places to eat, places to club, and I like that. For me, like that's like an advantage because you get to meet some good people. Like you meet people who they don't have to be like a celebrity, but you meet some some important people, some nice people. It's good. It's fun.
Yeah. No. Talking about that, I see that it seems like every celebrity that stops in town comes and sees you, and you got some big celebrities. I was looking at your profile on your IG page, like you had John Legend, like Fat Joe. I saw Johnny Cochran came to see. I'm like, wow, this guy G's really getting to see everybody. But with that, does it take a toll on you? Because I know it's like you almost have to be up to engage with these folks. Do you?
Sometimes, but I mean, I guess maybe because I'm getting older, you're like, okay, I ain't going to the club no more. I ain't hanging out late, but I still enjoy it because, like I said, I'm an ambassador. But also, too, a lot of those people that I met, I host a lot of shows. So, like, I'm the official host for the St. Martin Heineken Regatta. I host a lot of shows at the Carnival Village and like with Ja Rule, Ashanti, Fat Joe, all those people you see me with. 90% of the time, I'm hosting their events or I'm hosting their concerts. So I get like my foot in the door right there, and get up close and personal, because and not only that, I also do like corporate events too, like some of the banks and the dealerships here. So I'm also the MC, your host with the most, as they say.
Wow, man, they really keep you busy over there. That's good,
Yeah,
though.
they do.
That's good. What do you prefer, though? You prefer doing festivals, carnivals, or just being on the radio?
I'll tell you the truth, bro. I like it all the above. If I had to pick,
really?
I couldn't even tell you which one to pick. I mean, I love to host a concert, getting the people moving, seeing the people's reaction. I love to do that. I love to do corporate events where I have an intimate audience and I'm hosting maybe a Christmas party or something, and I'm doing the opening monologue and I'm hosting. I like it all. I love it. I get to put my birthday suit on, my suit, my tie, get the cool band on. I love it.
Oh man, what a life, man! What a life. So, tell me what was probably one of the best interactions you ever had with a celebrity in St. Martin?
Wow, there was so many of them. I become, let's say for instance, comedian Bill Bellamy. Become good friends with him now. So good that he comes down every year with his family, and we go to dinner. I go to California, chill with him. He's on tour with his comedy show. I go check him out. He was in New York. He's in New Jersey. He's at Caroline's. He's become like family. Like, I know his kids from when they were babies to now they're getting ready to go to college. So that's kind of like a real good experience to become close with some of these people, and you're like family to them now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's cool.
That's an icon right there, man. Bill Bellamy. Guy never ages either. He looks great. I remember seeing Bill 20 years ago. I look at him now. I'm like, Bill, how do you look better than you did 20 years ago? He's amazing, Bill. And he's funny as hell. Funny as hell, man. Absolutely. So take us through. Like, for our listeners, we have all types of folks that listen to our show, and we have some guys we have a lot of podcasters that listen and support the show as well. What is some advice that you could share for somebody trying to start or trying to get their start in radio? Like, what are some of the things they should do to set themselves up?
I always tell people, be yourself. Be yourself. Try to be yourself. Don't try to emulate anybody. Be yourself. Also try to be your personality. So try to show your personality side That's going to help a lot. I don't know, talk about stuff that you did personally. But main thing is just be yourself. Don't try to copy nobody. I know there's a lot of TikTok and all kinds of social media, and you look at it, sometimes everybody's doing the same thing or trying to do the same thing. But try to find your niche and try to be different so you can stand out, and just be humble. Got to be humble.
Absolutely. I'm going to read you a quote that you got when you won #1 host of the year. And you said, hosting is an art form like acting, singing, or comedy. Hosting is a craft. It's a delicate dance of timing, the ability to read the room, and the art of conversation. I was like, wow, that's it. It is straight to the point. Because with me and Chris, when we're doing this show, a lot of times we find ourselves, it's like double dutch. All right, do we jump in now? Because I'm supposed to be the straight guy and Chris is supposed to be the comedian that chimes in with jokes, which he's doing a great job today, by the way.
I'm not supposed to be. I am.
Gee, if you haven't seen him, like, his timing is just perfect. But but when I read that, it really resonated with me, because I was like, hey, you're right. Part of doing this and entertaining folks is just that perfect timing and reading the room and seeing what's working and what's not working. So I really appreciate that quote. That
and you know what else too, guys, and I know you guys know this. You got to do your homework. Got to do your homework. I know a lot of people in this business, they don't do their homework. I've seen interviews like people like, oh my God, you could just tell they did not do their homework or research. You're like, oh God, this is horrible. Yeah. Like, but you got to do your homework. And I try to tell that to a lot of people who want to get into the radio business. You got to do your homework. Yeah, prepare. Preparation is key to success.
Now, so your time zone on 101.1 FM, what is it? Is you have the morning slot or the afternoon slot?
I'm midday, so I'm 10 to 2. I've always been 10 to 2 since 1999, and still 10 to 2.
Hey man, that's a great slot right there, because you don't have to get up too early. Gives you enough
time.
Tell
me about it.
It gives you enough time to do your homework, go work out.
Tell me about it.
But
right, it ain't waking up in the morning. It ain't doing overnight. It's perfect.
So
what I'm saying? You finish your show, the bank's still open. I can still go to the bank.
Exactly.
That is funny. And do you prefer? I mean, you said you did it for a long time, but did you ever eye a different time slot? Like there was something that you wanted, because sometimes that night slot is nice too. Because you get you're running away.
Like, go ahead, I always kind of like wanted to do like a morning show because I know I could do it. But like we had an opening once, and we had Bulldog. He's now in Ocean City, Maryland. It was called the Rude Awakening Show, and he left. And like my manager was like, I think you'll be best for the morning show. You should do the morning show. And I was like, what time does the morning show start? At 6? I was like,
you gotta be up at 4:30.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm good.
But that's where the money's at, though, no?
Oh, absolutely. That and drive time. That's.
But it's cutthroat too, right? I mean, it's the longevity of that. The morning slot is hard because they're always kind of reinventing and bringing guys out. So yeah, I think you made the safe play in terms of long term. Yeah. So so tell us about the movies, man. I see that you also had kind of transitioned into doing movies. And do you like that? Is that something you're going to pursue?
Yeah, I always loved acting. I was always trying to get into acting before I did radio when I was still in New York. I was always doing a lot of extra work. Like I'm extras in Wu-Tang videos and stuff like that. Like okay, look, there we go. Okay, don't you blink, you miss me. You blink, you miss me. It's like that. I was doing stuff like that. There's a couple of movies. One called Mixing Nina with Isaiah Washington. So I always wanted to do the acting stuff. I did some stage stuff. I did a couple of hip hop musicals, and then when I came here to St. Martin, we had a director who I begged. His name is Ian Vowles, rest his soul, God rest his soul. And he did a lot. He was like the #1 playwright here in St. Martin. I used to beg him, I want to be in the play. I want to be in the play. I want to be in the play. And he finally gave me a spot in one of his plays. And basically, long story short, I was doing lead roles and whatnot. And then he did a movie that he wrote. I did the movie, the Pan Man. So I know I love it. I really love it, but it's a lot of work. And I really want to get back on the stage, but it's a lot of work, when you're studying lines, and people think it's easy when you get out there and you act, oh, man, I want to do that. It's not as easy as it looks, especially when you're doing theater. Because with theater compared to movies like, okay, cut, take 2, cut, take 3. Theater, you got an audience in front of you. There's no messing up. and you got to ad lib if you forget a line or something. So yeah, I love acting, and I want to do some more though. I kind of like haven't done it in a while, but I do want to get back and do it.
Do you still get jitters when you go out there? Like, because I see those festivals. There's like we took close to 20,000 people out there in those festivals. It looks jam packed. There's a lot of people, and you don't. Do you get jitters all the time?
Absolutely. Somebody told me once. I forgot where I read it, or somebody told me like if you don't get nervous before you go on stage, what are you doing? Then you're too cocky. You know what I'm saying? You're too cocky. You should get jitters when you get on stage. You know, just to like humble yourself and whatnot. Like okay, but I do absolutely. But once you start to talk and flow, then it's like, okay, I'm good. It's all downhill. I'm ready.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's just the starting part. The starting part is like, okay, here we go. You know, let me look at the crowd. How the crowd looking? Okay, all right, let's do this. Boom, bang.
What's your ritual like before you do a show? Do you have anything that you like always do the same?
Just maybe like a little bit of alcohol, take the edge off.
Yeah.
Sip some liquid courage.
Yeah. Liquid, you know? I know you're sponsored by Heineken, but what is your beverage of choice?
Heineken and Bel Air.
Heineken and Bel Air. Is that let me ask, is it BBB Black Bottle Boys?
Black Bottle Boys.
Is that the Bel Air? Because I couldn't see
the.
Wow, it looked very interesting, man. It looked very interesting. So you guys are always popping that at the shows? That's always like on deck?
Shows, there's a lounge here that we do. They're an official sponsor. I'm a Black Bottle Boy. They just came out with a new flavor, actually, a couple of weeks ago called Blue, BLEU. Just came out with that. You know, French Montana is a Black Bottle Boy. Rick Ross is a Black Bottle Boy. You have who else am I missing? Oh, Gucci Mane, Black Bottle Boy. He's for the blue that just came out. Oh, nice. So yeah. So I'm an official Black Bottle Boy. Represent the brand and you know promote it as much as I can. And big up to them.
Yo, gee, that's fly, man. That's fly. You're in really good company there, and that's always nice, man. That's always nice when you're part of something that's new and it's taking off. Is it a champagne or a liqueur?
It's you know, okay. For those who don't know, technically, in order to be called a champagne, it has to be in the region of Champagne in France to be called a champagne. But really? Technically, it is a sparkling wine. So yeah, so in order to be called a champagne, it has to be. Well, not the word I'm looking for is brewed, but it has to be you have to be based in Champagne, France.
In order to be
called a champagne. If not, you're a sparkling wine. So technically, it's a sparkling wine.
Oh, we just got schooled. We learned something new today, Chris. So, Chris, if you ever get a chance, you got to check out G Money's just profile. The guy dresses to the nine. And I was super impressed when I saw that you were in a clothing commercial over in St. Martin and you leaned up against some beautiful car. You're dressed like immaculate. What was that brand that you
Shout out to Eclipse. He's a designer. He is based out of Trinidad. So he's a Caribbean designer. And he dresses up a lot of the Caribbean soca artists when they're doing Soca Monarch. And he's got bags, he's got shoes, he's got everything. So it's Eclipse Eli. Google him, or you can go to my page. You can see his Instagram page. He has some fly suits, shirts, pants, jackets. I mean, he dresses some of the top artists in the Caribbean, and he's a Caribbean artist, so fashion designer, and he makes everything himself. He's talented dude, really, really talented.
He really is. The threads that you had on, they were really nice. I was really impressed.
Thanks, bro.
When you're not in St. Martin, like where do you kick it in the Caribbean? Like what's your go-to spot?
In the Caribbean, I like Anguilla. Nice and peace and tranquil. St. Bart's. Gotta have a nice little wallet for St. Bart's though. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. It's a bit
you're not lying.
But, I mean, because those are real nearby, close to us. So like they're actually a boat ride away. You don't even have to take a plane. You can take a ferry to St. Bart's or Anguilla. So you know those are the places I like to kick back and just relax, peace and quiet. No, you know, not too much of the big hustle and bustle, especially Anguilla, which they got some of the best resorts in the Caribbean, like really? Captaluca, Cuisinart. You can go and Google top resorts in the Caribbean. I guarantee you'll find about 2 or 3 in Anguilla or St. Bart's.
I'm planning a trip, so this is very helpful. I'm planning a trip in the next month or so, so this is very helpful.
Well, come check me too, bro. I got you. Come see me. Come see me.
Definitely will. And it's funny they say St. Bart's because when I was over there, we took a ferry ride across. I knew it was money because as soon as we got off the ferry, I said, "Hey, let me go get a refreshment." Pay $6 for a 16-ounce Coca-Cola. I told my wife, "I'm taking this back home. This is a souvenir." It was $6. But when we drove through the mountainside, the homes, like the tour person was like, "Oh, Stallone has a house." This is years ago. Stallone has a house up here. Celine Dion has a house. I mean, it was very picturesque. Everything was beautiful.
But it hasn't changed.
It hasn't.
It hasn't changed, bro. You come here for Christmas, New Year's. You have Abramovich, who's the billionaire over in Russia, and he owns, I forgot which football team he owns. He built a soccer field, a practice soccer field over in St. Bart's for his team. He's here all the time. You can just walk around in Gustav, which is the capital, come Christmas time, Christmas, New Year's, and you're going to run into everybody and anybody who's on the Hollywood music scene, executives, VPs of Fortune 500 companies. You'll see all the yachts from Bill Gates to everybody's parked there, and Mariah Carey. Everybody has a party. Everybody wants you to come to their villa. It is so crazy. So if you're into the celebrities and the lifestyles of the rich and famous, come to St. Bart's for New Year's Eve. You're gonna lose your mind.
No, you're not. I've been hearing that for years. Actually, my kid's doctor, he goes every year. He owns a place there. He goes, "You got to go He tells me every year, "You got to go for New Year's." I'm looking at the prices. Like, dude, I can't afford that. You're a doctor. But he goes, listen, St. Martin, hands down, best Caribbean island I've been to so far, and I've been to a few because my wife used to work in the hotel, so we used to get to go to different, resorts and stuff like that. But St. Martin, hands down, the best. The French side, they're skimpy on the food. The Dutch side was a little better with the restaurants, as you can tell. I'm a big guy, so I'm looking for my value.
Yeah, the French side is gonna give you like the French size portions of food. Yeah. Don't get me wrong; they got some great restaurants.
They do.
But after you finish, you're like, "Hey, can we go to McDonald's?"
And McDonald's is like a restaurant there as well. It's not like your typical fast food in New York. What's a good spot to go eat over there if you're on the Dutch side?
Listen, we are known. I can't even give you one. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not gonna lie to you. St. Martin is known as the culinary capital of the Caribbean. We've got restaurants from every walk of life, and I can't even tell you go here, go there, because we have so much. I can give you a different restaurant every day of the week, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, this was amazing. This was amazing." We are known as the culinary capital of the Caribbean.
That's amazing, man. You picked the perfect spot to build your career. With that being said, what has been the most rewarding moment or thing that you have accomplished so far in your long career?
I can't just say one thing though, guys. It's just being on radio and being blessed. You know what I'm saying? The man upstairs, thank you for blessing me, for putting me on radio, talent, and for things that are coming through, and partnerships and branding and stuff like that. It's everything, man. It's like I could say it's like a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? To be on radio and to do what I love, and you get to wake up in the morning and go to work, and you love it. It's not like I gotta go to work today.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I love it. I love what I do, and to wake up every morning to come here to play music, to program direct, to get shows and do everything. And we have another station that we're working on. We're going to convert that to a gospel station. So we got 5 stations here. So it's not just Laser 101. We got Oasis, we got Tropics, we got Mix, we got Inspire. So it's a lot, and it keeps me busy, and I just love it. So it's everything I do. It's just a blessing, everything.
God bless.
Now, let me ask you, you mentioned program director. When you're wearing that hat, what's the difference? Like, is it totally different from just being on the radio and hosting? Like, what else is involved when you're a program director?
Well, when it comes to Laser, because Laser is a CHR station, which is top 40 hits. So you really got to be on point. You really got to be on point. And it's not like back in the days, like, okay, new music comes out once a week, twice a week, someone released a record or a single, and it's like every day. every day it's the latest, the latest, the latest. So when you're doing the program directing, especially for Laser, you got to really be on point because you got to be ahead of your competitors and make sure you get the latest song by X, Y, Z, and make sure, you know, you get that in rotation and, you know, make it or break it. And then not only that, we also have locals who are really getting their music together, production wise, music wise, lyric wise. So you got the local scene, you got the international scene. So you really got to be on point and just keep your ear to the streets.
What's the trick to that? I know back in the days in the radio stations in New York, you used to get like those sample 45s. They used to come through. How do they do it now? Do you have like a main point of contact that sends you links? Hey, check out this guy, or this is happening over here.
I have so many DJs. Let me tell you, bro. I got DJs. Like, if I was to tell you how much music I get a week, let's say a day, I get at least 5 songs a day. At least 5 songs a day. And it's just that you have so many DJs hitting you. You got so many artists hitting you, so many management hitting you. You're watching the Billboard charts. You're watching to see who's going up, who's coming down, who's the hot seeker. And then you have stuff that's on social media. Not only that, you have your on-air talents, your coworkers who would say like, yo, I'm seeing this all over TikTok. Yo, I'm seeing all over this on Vine, or seeing this and that. So they're also, you know, be in your ears to the street. And without them, they help out a lot. I got to tell you, because like for instance, I have DJ Outcast. He's a DJ. He travels. He just came back from Curacao, so he's in the clubs and he's telling you what's hot, what's not. You know, I have my man Super Kid, who's also on social media heavy, and he's telling you like, yo, this is hot, this is not. You know, so it's so many avenues now that you got to pay attention to. And sometimes, and I ain't gonna lie, there's some songs that slip through the crack. It's like, you know, like, oh, okay, boom, boom. Like, for instance, I had DJ Stacks. DJ Stacks hit me up with CJ when CJ came out with Whoopty.
Yeah, Staten Island.
Yeah. Hot 97 was the only station playing it, and Laser 101 here in St. Martin. He was like, yo, I gave that to you like before it even blew up, and we were playing it. He's like, we were the only the station in the Caribbean playing it. And he's like, he always looks at, he's like, yo, good looking, bro, because like we used like 3 stations that were playing it. It was you, Hot 97, and somewhere else, and that was it. And the next thing you know, it just went on fire, and boom. So yeah, it's the DJs help out a lot.
It's funny that you brought us to this point, because I remember a vivid story that Flex was sharing on the radio, and I forgot who was the artist. It might have been Nelly or somebody, and he just slept on them. It came through, they gave him Nelly, and he's like, nah, bro, that ain't for me. A couple of weeks later, Nelly's on the top 100 or whatever. He goes back and he apologizes and he starts playing it. And he said, you know, sometimes things just get through. But he was really candid and honest. And I was like, man, I can imagine at that level, there's stuff that's going to slip through, and you got to have the right folks around. Yeah. So it's funny that you shared that, because it's more than one person.
Yeah, the way music changes sometimes, you might hear something that sounds like weird to you, like, what the heck is this? And next thing you know, it's #1 on Billboard. Like, wait a minute, how did that happen?
Yeah.
I slept on the Lil Nas X when he came out with his first song. I was like, what the heck is this? I saw the video on YouTube. It was the first video he did. The very first video was a video game.
The Old Town Road thing, the horse, or the one with the devil that he's lap dancing with the devil.
No, the first one, Chris.
I'm going back. The one he did, the very first song he did when he did the remix with Tim McGraw, the first one.
With the Cyrus dude, not Tim McGraw. Old Town Road or something like that. Yeah,
there you go, Old Town Road. I saw that when it first came out, and the video was like weird. It was like a video game. They took a video game. I'm like, a black guy singing like a country artist? Like, what is going on here? And next thing you know, it blew up. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all noticed, it was actually on the country charts. It made the Billboard country charts, and some of the country artists were upset. They're like, no, this is not country music. They were upset. Like some of the big country artists were like, yo, get this out of here. It doesn't belong on our charts. And that actually added fire. That's what more people started listening to it after they started complaining about it.
They actually succeeded in getting it out of like the country category. And then that's when they did the remix with the Cyrus dude. I forget his name.
Billy Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus or something. Yeah. And then with Billy Ray, now it's country. And they couldn't. Now they had to put it back on the country
which was a shame. It should have been a country from the beginning. It was just
whatever.
Billy Ray Cyrus did that on purpose because he like kind of like felt for the dude.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, it's not country. Let me jump on the remix with you. We're gonna show him how country it is.
Exactly.
It's crazy. But staying on Little Nas X there. So after the song blows up, right, and it becomes big, then he kind of comes out and he tells everybody that it had a meaning and that he was coming out and he was expressing his, sexual preference, his sexual lifestyle, whatever. I know the Caribbean has a strong history of being against that. Did that change the view over there of his music? Like, the cats still want to mess with him, or they were like, we already like it?
Or did it create controversy because it was a homosexual or whatever singing the song?
That's a good question because the Caribbean very well. You have a lot of homophobics here, and not just here in St. Martin, but the Caribbean. It's a big thing, and it didn't really cause like a big controversy per se, but you still had people talking about it and like making a deal of it. There wasn't like calling the radio station like saying, okay, ban that song. It wasn't like that because we're more also heavy too in tourists. So it was still playing in the clubs because the tourists want to hear it. They come and want to hear it. But you did have some people that raised an eyebrow like, you playing that? And then the second song came out. The other song came out with the video that you was talking about with the devil and the lap dance. And it was like,
the lap dance. Yeah.
Money, you playing that?
Yeah.
Number 4 on Billboard. What do you want me to do?
Exactly.
It's hot.
Speaking of homophobic, I saw on IG you had a up close shot of Buju Banton, who's one of my favorite reggae artists of all time. How was that experience watching that guy? Because he's so iconic, man.
I saw him. He did his tour. I forgot what he's called. It was the Coming Home tour because he was locked up.
Yeah.
He came home. He did his very first show in Jamaica. You can go on YouTube and see that. And every celebrity from America to the Caribbean came out for that first show. It was crazy. And then he went on tour. So I actually saw him on tour 3 times in 3 different countries. I saw that show in Dominica, I saw it in St. Kitts, and I saw it here in St. Martin. And each time it was incredible. People just flocked in. People flew into St. Martin to see him. People flew in wherever he was. And it was just like amazing. And you know what the sad thing was? Like, he's got so many hits. I was like a bit disappointed because like he just touched a little bit of this and then went to the next song. Yeah. Touched a little bit of this and went to the next song. I'm like, no, stop, slow down. Like, do the long version.
His catalog is insane. He can't play it, or else it's going to be a 9-hour show. But he's definitely a great. And I have you ever seen Damian Marley? Because I know you interviewed him. How's Damien? Those guys, they get down
every time he comes to St. Martin. Good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he knows me very well. Good friend. Shout out to Damian Marley. Good dude. He's good, man. He's good. Really down to earth dude. When I was in Jamaica, I went to Tough Gong Studios. He was there doing the records. A really cool dude.
I want you to school me now about Caribbean culture because it's funny. Like I told you, I've been to a lot of Caribbean islands. I took cruises, and I come across a lot of Caribbean folks from different walks. And a common thread that I see with most Caribbean folks, they always go, "Yeah, man." Did that originate with Jamaicans and it's just spread across all the? So is that like almost like a respect thing to Jamaicans, or is just a common phrase?
It's a Jamaican thing. It's a Jamaican, as they say, Jamaican patois, it's a Jamaican slang, whatever you want to call it. That's their thing. Yeah, man. Yeah. But you have to understand, like when it comes to the different islands, every island has their own slang. Every island has their own accent. So to an average American or average tourist, they might think the way someone's talking is from Jamaica. Like, no, he's from Dominica. No, he's from Trinidad. No, he's from Antigua. No, he's from the USVI. Everybody has their own little slangs, their own little. It's like a neighborhood, like they'll say something in the Bronx, they'll say something in Staten Island, they'll say something in Brooklyn, like forget about it, Yeah, everybody has their own little slang. So that's a Jamaican thing, a Jamaican patois thing. But it's a Jamaican thing. They got their own little slang.
Nice. So do you miss the snow?
Hell no.
Man, we got a lot this year, man. A lot.
I was there once for it. The snow. It's like I'm so acclimated to the weather here now, fellas. I'm in the mall. I'm cold. I'm like, yo, can y'all turn the AC off?
That's great.
I can't take it. I can't take it no more. I'm like, I can't take it. I'm
Do
walking down the block with my mom. I'm like running past. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get inside. I'm too cold.
So it's sandals every day, sandals and shorts.
I got some sneakers. I got some Nikes on right now. I mean, it could be sandals every day. One thing I gotta say, one advantage is like dress code. I ain't gotta put no suit and tie on. I used to do that back in the days when I worked in the World Trade Center. Suit, tie, shoe, socks. I got shorts on and a polo, and I'm good.
Wow, man, that gig just gets better and better, man. You got to keep it on the hush.
Huh. And I live like 10 minutes from the studio, so I can just roll out of bed if I want.
Wow.
I'm here.
So
even better.
So how is it part of being part of the Heineken team? Like I see you do a lot of big events for them. How is that experience?
I love it. I've been dealing with Heineken since 2000, I think. And I've hosted ever since the 2000 regatta. I've hosted every regatta. Some of the biggest names have touched that stage. I have introduced them to people. It is great. We launched Heineken Light some years back. I was there. We launched Heineken 00, which is their alcohol. I don't know if you guys have tasted. They have a 0.0.
Yeah, we had
it. Well, I haven't had it, but I know it's not non-alcoholic.
It tastes just like Heineken, bro.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Yeah.
If I was to give you one and take the label off, you'll have no clue.
Wow.
It is amazing. It tastes just like a regular Heineken. But working with them has been a blessing. Some years back, they did what they call Green Synergy DJ competition. And basically every island in the Caribbean sent a representative to the finals. One year they did it Bahamas, St. Lucia, Curacao, St. Martin. And it was amazing that to see all these DJs battling against each other from every island. I was the host of that for about 4 or 5 years. It was really good. We did a TV show for that. That was so much fun. So I got to say, thank you to Heineken. I mean, from putting me on, and they've been behind me with everything I've done. And shout out to them, man. Shout them out.
Oh, that's fly, man. That's fly. It's great to have them behind you because it's a major brand, well recognized, and it looks like you have a really long relationship with them. And the thing I wanted to know too, with a lot of these events that you're hosting, how's the reggaeton music over there in the Caribbean? Is it taking off? Or is it big over in St. Martin?
Yeah, with the Latinos, we have a like where the station is. We have like a it's called AT Illich Road, and that long strip has nothing but like Spanish clubs, Latino clubs.
Really?
And on Saturdays and especially Sundays, I don't know how y'all did this, but Sundays is y'all day.
Yeah.
And Sundays rocks. Like last night, I was driving, like it's just so much traffic, but we got the reggaeton is big here. They have a club called Son Latino. They bring some of the biggest artists from the Dominican Republic. Dembo, they play. It is hot. So when you guys come, I'm gonna hook y'all up on Sunday night. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, that's nice. Gee, I'm looking forward to that, man. Really
let me know.
No, I definitely will, man. Hey, G, what do you got going on next? Do you have anything going on? I know with COVID, did that slow you down, or were you working on anything that didn't happen?
A little bit. It slowed us down. The hosting gigs ain't really much, but what we're doing every last Thursday of the month. Speaking of Heineken, they do something called After Work by Heineken, and it's like a global event that all the Heineken markets do it all over the world. So basically, they want people to come right after work. We host a different location. Come right after work. The Heineken's at special. There's a DJ. There's a live band. There's games. A lot of fun. I MC that. And right now, because of COVID, we are the only one in the world doing After Work by Heineken. Because of COVID, nice. We are the only Heineken market that is doing After Work by Heineken. So like I said, the last Thursday of every month, we've been doing it 1, 2, 3. We've done 4 already every month, and we're gonna have another one coming up this month. So we're the only ones doing that. So the clubs are open. We had a little rise in numbers. We're up to 80 something. So at one point we right now we're down to 11 o'clock at night. So if you want to party, whatever, it's got to be done at 11. I don't know why it really doesn't make sense. Like COVID doesn't keep 11, I guess. I don't know, but it was at 2 o'clock. Now we're down to 4 a.m. But I mean, we got something for the tourists to do. They get to go out. My daughter was just here. She lives in New York. She came out with a bunch of her friends. They had a big birthday. She just left yesterday. They had a ball, even though they went to 11 o'clock. So hopefully we'll go back up to 12, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But right now we got 81 cases. Unfortunately, yesterday somebody passed away over the weekend. So that became our 28th COVID death. 28 deaths. So we've had a little ups and downs, but right now we're at 81. We've gone as low as like 5, 6, 7 cases, and it started to go back up. But I mean, you can expect this. I mean, it's COVID. I don't think COVID's going anywhere. I look at it like it's influenza. It's here to stay, and it's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. So we'll see what happens.
28 deaths since the pandemic, or 28 deaths in this year?
Since
the pandemic, my brother.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's unfortunate for those lives, but that's not a horrible number, though. I mean, versus other places.
You gotta be careful because the population in San Martin, we don't know how much it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare San Martin with New York. You know
exactly. So and I have to correct myself. When I say 28 that's the Dutch side. You know, we have a French side and a Dutch side.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha.
So you're just talking on the Dutch side.
Yeah. I forget how much the French side had the last time I looked at it. It might have been something like in the 20s or 30s, the French side. So
more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
How's the vaccine situation over there? Are you guys having enough supplies and stuff like that?
Yeah, we good because we're done. Holland, we're under Holland, the Netherlands. So they really want more people to come out. They want to get up to 85% on the Dutch side. I think we're only up to 40-something%. So we talk about it every day. I talk about it every day on my show. They're trying to get people to come out. They're doing pop-up vaccinations. This is last week was the 3rd week they're doing it. So every weekend they go to different neighborhoods and they pop up. They see that it kind of works because people got to work and whatnot and so forth. So they see it's starting to work. They go into different neighborhoods and doing pop-up vaccinations, but they would like it to be higher. What's going to happen now? July 9th is going to be the last day to get your vaccine. If you haven't gotten one shot, July 31st is going to be the last day if you have to go get your second shot. And what they're going to do, because they're not going to offer it as in like the community centers, you can go to the community centers and go get your vaccination. So they're going to stop that. And now after July 31st, you're going to have to go either to your doctor or somewhere else to go get it. Make an appointment. So right now it's easy. It's easy. Just go. You can walk in, get it done. But after July 31st, you're going to have to go to your doctor, and they're going to switch to Johnson & Johnson. Right now we're doing the Pfizer. After that, it's going to be it's going to be the Johnson & Johnson, which I think the reason they're doing that is because if you have to go to your doctor, it's easy to store. It can be stored in the refrigerator. It lasts a little longer, and it's only one shot.
Yeah.
And
so, are the people receptive to the vaccine over there, or it's like everywhere, 50-50?
It's like
theories, and I don't want this, I don't want that. Okay.
All of that. It's like, some said conspiracy theory, and, people believe what they see on Facebook. These doctors, so-called doctors, making videos or whatever they are doing, and some people believe it.
Those are the fucking worst.
Yeah, those are the worst. Those are the worst. So, basically, yeah. So you have your conspiracy, but they want the numbers to be higher because they're like, listen, Holland's giving us this vaccine. Come and get it. It's free.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Gee, I think I got the next roll-off for you. Free Heinekens with every vaccine. What do you think?
Yo, we made sure we did that on the morning show.
Oh, you did?
We did that on the morning show. Like, what can we do to get the people? And I say it's got to be a free phone, the latest iPhone, the latest Samsung phone. That'll definitely get the people.
You have a line around the block.
I'm telling you. But they're doing like free top-ups here. We're doing like free top-ups from the local cellular company, Telcel. They're giving you like $10 top-ups. They're also doing like I think a 20% voucher from the supermarkets. They're doing stuff like that. So they are trying to do some kind of incentives. I don't know if they're going to do the $1 million lottery like how they're doing in some of the states. But
over here in the States, yeah.
It's funny. you actually got some people holding out. They're like, they're just gonna get better with the gifts. Let's see what we can get.
Now you're talking.
Let's roll those dice.
Exactly.
Hey, G, it was a tremendous pleasure meeting you, talking to you, hearing your story. I know our listeners are definitely appreciate it. I wish you nothing but continued success. I want to give you a moment to kind of plug anything you have going on. Where can guys find out, what's going on? And is it possible to catch your channel, your radio station over here online, or is it like an online streaming, or could they do it okay?
Yeah, so all you gotta do is go to our website, Laser 101. So it's www. Of course, laser with an S, not a Z, LASER.FM, not .com, not .net, .fm. You'll see the website. As soon as the website opens up, you just click play. You can listen to us. When it comes to social media, you can also follow Laser 101. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. Just type in LASER, Laser 101, St. Martin. It'll pop up. Simple, easy. When it comes to me, I'm on social media. It's Mr. G Money, MrGEEMoney. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, same thing. Mr. G Money. Follow me. Shout them out. Shout out everybody. Guys, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me, man. I appreciate the love. And good looking.
We'll be hitting you up because, like I said, my girl fell in love with St. Martin, and we're definitely gonna go. So I will be hitting you up just so G, what we doing, G?
My door is open. I'm serious as cancer. Text me. I will pick you, the wife, and your 8 kids up. And yeah.
You remember those Puerto Ricans, huh? Down the block for you, 10, 15 kids.
You know what I'm saying?
But much appreciated, man. Much appreciated.
I got you, bro. Just let me know, man. We gonna party, we'll hang out. Even if you don't come with the wife, you come together. Y'all two come together. We're gonna hang out.
Definitely.
100%.